Welcome ninth class. Today I am going to start with tissues, right? In my previous chapters I have explained you about cell. What is cell? It is a structural and functional unit of living being. Okay. Now what is tissues then? After cell we are going to start with the chapter that is tissues. Now different types of cells we have studied. There are different kind of cells also, that is unicellular and multicellular, and cell has what? Cell organelles that perform specific functions like mitochondria, ribosomes. These are all different organelles which is present in the cell. Now when different type of cells, that means when cells combine together and perform some specific function, then it is known as, yes student, tissues. Now what actually the meaning of tissues? Suppose if I am talking about cells, these are cells, correct? Now these are similar kind of cells I am talking about. Now if they are all combining together, see, these cells along with the nucleus, they are similar in structure, and when they perform some specific function, then they together known as tissues. So there are different type of tissues depending upon the cell. Suppose if I am talking about nervous tissue, so neuron which is a nerve cell, when different nerve cells are combining together, it forms nervous tissue. For example, muscular tissue, when the one muscle cell combine together to form the muscular tissue that performs a specific function of muscular tissue. So depending upon the cells, the cells are collecting together, they are similar in structure and performing the specific function, then it is known as tissues. Yes student, clear to you what is tissue? It is a group of cells which are similar in structure and that performs specific function is known as tissues. Now we'll study two types of tissues, that is plant tissue and animal tissue separately. First I'll discuss with plant tissue, then I'll discuss with animal tissue. Clear? Now plant tissue, there are again of two types, that is permanent meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Clear? This I'll discuss later on, but before I start with meristematic tissue, this is the NCERT question. What is the plant and animal tissues are similar to each other? If yes, give reason. If no, give reason. Yes student? Is it similar? Plant and animal tissues are similar? No. Why I am saying this? Plant tissue are totally different from that of animal tissue. There are so many reasons that there is the difference between plants and animal. Now first point, when I am talking about plant tissue, plants are fixed. Students, plants are fixed and they are supportive and provide structural strength. Because they are fixed, the plant needs the structural strength. So their tissues are totally different because the tissues that provides them the structural strength, because the plant can't move. Throughout the life they are standing in one position. Clear? Second point, most of the tissues in plants are dead. Most of the tissues, and though they are dead, that is why these tissues which are dead provides mechanical support. Those dead tissues, don't think those dead tissues are of no use, because in plant most of the tissues are dead, so they provide the mechanical strength and the plant stands straight. Clear? Next is growth in plant is limited. Growth in plant is limited, and in some region they are limited, in some region they are continuously growing. Clear? Next is they are specialized. Some of the tissues are specialized in complex plant. I'm talking about complex and simple plant means simple plant, those who are herbs and shrubs, not so big. But when I'm talking about complex plant, that means I'm talking about bigger plants. So in those type of plants, the tissues are specific, and those tissues are known as complex tissue, that is xylem, phloem. They perform some specific functions to help them. Clear? And next, last point, some of the tissues in plants divide throughout the life, like leaves. Yes, they divide throughout the leaf. That is very important. So, plant tissue is totally different to that of, yes student, animal tissue. Clear? Now come to animal tissue. What is the difference? Now in animals we know that they are always moving around in search of food, shelter and mates. So they need more amount of energy to move and to perform such activities. So obviously their tissues are different from plants. Clear? Now, they consume more energy. Most of the tissues are living. So, they require more energy because most of the tissues are living and they are active tissue. Active, always performing some activities because animals are moving continuously. Clear? They are moving here and there for, yes, obviously, for shelter, food and mates, partners. Next is, there is no division. Cell growth is uniform. Once it has been growing, that means it is uniform, and there is no much more division is not there in the animal tissue. They don't divide. Clear? And so this is the clear difference between, what is the difference between plant tissue and animal tissue. So question of 3 marks, is the plant tissue and animal tissues are similar or different? If yes, give reason. If no, give reason. So if no, give reason, you jot down these points in your notes and you can able to write this answer. Clear? Now next I am going to start with meristematic tissue and then I'll go with permanent tissue. Now come to meristematic tissue. This is what type of tissue is this? This tissue is also known as living tissue. Clear? Now why it is living tissue? Because it helps in growth of the plant. Very, very important student. Meristematic tissue always help in growth of shoot tip and root tip. What is the meaning of root? That is which is below the ground, the root which is growing downward direction, and shoot tip, that means we are talking about above the ground. Clear? So meristematic tissue that grows in specific region throughout their life. Clear? So whenever the plant is growth, which tissue is responsible, student? If it is MCQ question, you will call about that is meristematic tissue. Now depending upon the growing region, there are 3 types of meristems. 3 types of meristems, that is, first is apical meristem, intercalary meristem and lateral meristem. Clear? Now one by one I'll go with first apical meristem. As the name suggests, that is, it is the growth which is taking place in apex. Apex means that is एकदम tip, जो आपका shoot का tip होगा, that is if it is stem above the ground, that is shoot tip. जो tip होगा ना student, जो आपके उसका stem का, उसको बोलते हैं apical. Apical meristem जो आपका शूट का टिप होगा और जो आपका रूट का टिप होगा, तो वहां पे apical meristem is present. And what is helping, that is apical meristem, yes, helps in increasing the length of the plant. It is growing at root tip and shoot tip and it increases the length of the plant. This is apical meristem and it is always present in which specific region? That is apex of the stem or apex of the root. Clear? Now second is intercalary meristem. Now what is intercalary meristem? Before I start with, let me discuss about nodes and internodes. Nodes और internodes क्या होते हैं student? These are nodes. See, these are the darker color which is nodes. ये यहाँ से आपके जो लीफ वाला स्ट्रक्चर है वो आपका ग्रो करेगा. नोडल प्लेन, दैट मीन्स नोड से आपका क्या ग्रो करता है? लीफी एरिया. So stem के sideways जहाँ from where the leaves are growing, that particular area is known as nodes, and the space between this is known as internodes. That is, between two nodes we will call this area internode. Right? So intercalary meristem is present beneath, एकदम यहाँ पे नीचे leaves के यहाँ पे जहाँ पे आपका leaves grow करेगा, under that and also in the internodes. Internodes में grow करेंगे जिससे कि धीरे धीरे करके आपका क्या होता रहेगा? Grow होता रहेगा. It is a meristem at the base of the leaves. These are the base of the leaves. See, this is the area where intercalary meristem is growing. Clear? Base of the leaves or internodes of the twig. Internodes. These are called internodes. There the intercalary meristem is present. Clear? And the last one, which is called lateral meristem, which is again very important. This is the area which is lateral meristem, जो कि आपके girth को increase करेगा. प्लांट का लंबा होना भी इम्पॉर्टेंट है और चौड़ा होना भी इम्पॉर्टेंट है. तो अगर वो ग्रो कर रहा है लेंथ वाइज, ठीक है, तो वो एपिकल मेरिस्टम. साइड वाइज, दैट मीन्स अगर वो लीव्स का ग्रो कर रहा है या स्टेम के साइड से जो ब्रांचेस और लीव्स हैं, इफ देयर इट इज ग्रोइंग देन इट इज इंट्रोकैलरी मेरिस्टम. एंड इफ इट इज ग्रोइंग द गर्थ ऑफ द प्लांट, चौड़ाई इंक्रीज कर रहा है, दैट मीन्स वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट लेटरल मेरिस्टम. लेटरल मेरिस्टम विच एग्जाम्पल कैम्बियम. ये जो चौड़ाई वाला एरिया है सारा कैम्बियम होता है. तो किसी भी स्टेम या रूट की जो चौड़ाई होगी ना स्टूडेंट, दैट इज lateral meristem. So depending upon the region, the meristematic tissues are divided into apical meristem, intercalary meristem and lateral meristem. Clear? This comes for 3 marks question. Very, very important. That is, always helps in growth of stem and root tip. If the new plant, if you are cutting the twig, the plant will not grow. It will die. So very, very important. This experiment, don't do it. But just I am saying, never cut any new twig. Don't cut, the tip of the plant. Otherwise, the plant will die off. Clear? Now come to the structure of meristematic tissue. Though they are continuously growing, so these tissues are very, very active. Cells of these tissues are very active. Yes, student? Because they are continuously growing. That is why. So, structure, cells of the first point, structural. ठीक है? ये तो आपका region था. Right? Structural, that means the first point, the cells of these tissues are very active because they are continuously growing. Right? Second point, they have dense cytoplasm because they are continuously growing. That is why cytoplasm is very dense, prominent nuclei. If nucleus is there, then only the growth will take place. So, prominent nuclei, and they lack, and they have thin walls so that easily they can grow. Clear? And thin walls, that is why they are very active. And they lack vacuoles because they are vacuoles, they are not storing anything. So they do not have any vacuole. They are just simply growing. They are not secreting as well as they are not doing any storage. So vacuoles, no vacuoles are there. So again, very important, structure. What is the structure of meristematic tissue? They have the cells of these tissues are very active because they are continuously growing. They have dense cytoplasm, prominent nuclei and thin walls, and the last third point, they lack vacuoles. Clear? So this is done for meristematic tissue, and next we are going to start with permanent tissue. So don't miss my next video, students. Next video I'll continue with permanent tissue. Yes, student, I hope this is all clear to you. Please jot down all these points. These are very, very important. If you jot down these notes, these are very important when you are doing, yes, studying. Yes, what? You are studying during your exams. Clear? Okay then, students. Next video, don't miss. I'll go with permanent issue. Thank you so much, student. God bless. Please like, share and subscribe 9th class.